idyllic, picturesque setting of Newcastle Harbour in County Down. Beautiful place, absolutely stunning. Now, obviously I'm known for climbing mountains, but today I'm going to try something different. Now, this one's for anyone that just wants a good walk and experience a little bit of the Mourns. So I'm going to adventure the Granite Trail. Okay, now the Granite Trail is an old mining trail where they used to mine granite. So we're hoping to find some historic artifacts on the way that can teach us a little bit more about granite mining back when it was popular here. So yeah, welcome to Newcastle, and let's begin another adventure. Wow, guess what I found? One of the boogies. Now, this is what you call a boogie, okay? And up that big hill I just had a video of was basically the boogie line, okay? And the boogie line is what is here, okay? And this is carrying the granite down from the top, from the quarry, yeah, and all the way back down, okay? So yeah, very historic. So there were two of these boogies on the line. So it was like a funicular, which was like a lift, and that used to go all the way up there. Now, it probably looks a lot shorter on camera, but trust me, that's pretty far and high, and that used to go all the way down from the top, two at a time, down and up, up and down. So I think there was like a tri-line or something, and that was in 1824 this was built. So absolutely amazing. So good to see the boogie. Do the boogie. Not that kind of boogie. Found another historic artifact, okay, and they are slips, and they are here, and these are some good examples of slips. Okay, now slips were not boogies, they didn't have wheels, but they were wooden objects, and you could see if you were back here in the 1800s or early 19th century, you'll see a guy pulling down some rocks and stones on one of these slips, okay, and he could be doing some masonry work down in the town. So that's what these are for. So I'm going to show you some examples here. So this is kind of a very square one. So I would assume this one would be more modern, okay? And like anything, you know, they're pulling it by a chain, okay? In some cases, you know, you might have a horse or a pony bringing them down, but generally because it was downhill, it would just be a man pulling them down, okay? And again, here's probably a more historic, accurate example. This one is a bit broken now, but again, that's more triangular in shape, and it either had a rope or a chain to pull it along with and to pull it down the hill. So yeah, another amazing find. History, love it. So I'm here about halfway up on the Granite Trail, and you know, just on the boogie line, and what occurs to me is that this path is relatively modern in terms of the way it started. I'm just looking at this step here. I can come down and just kind of see what it was like for people like 100 odd years ago. So, you know, this element here is relatively new. So all of this, you know, hence why they called them wooden object slips, because they would slip down this type of surface all the way down, okay? With the funicular obviously suspended each side and rails coming down the middle of it. So, you know, at this section the rails are non-existent. I'm hoping to find a trace of those rails as we move on further up. But yeah, it would have been very harsh to walk up and down this based on slippy objects like this, just pure slippy. So yeah, quite dangerous if you worked here and you were in mining. So I can see here what appears to be an anchor point. You've got solid steel brace in there, and this would have held some kind of bucket system for loading and unloading from this area around us. So if I scoured the woods here, I'll probably find an element of camps, you know, workers' settlements, obviously not living up here, but just some campsites and working. So we'll go and explore. We have here some trees. Now they look stacked for drying, but just curious if there's anything underneath there that's blocking anything down. So here I am scouring the woods like a complete idiot, looking for human activity really, but older human activity, just by the side of this quarry line. Aha, it's a good sign. We have some mud that's had some heat treatment to it as well, so that's suggesting fires. Here we have an old bridge across the stream. Okay, so this isn't on the path, so you know, you look for activity like this. So this would have been a hive area for people working on the quarry. Let's see where the path goes. So we've got a little stone and wood bridgeway here, so that would have been used for lumbering granite. So they would have been mining granite, I think, all around here, and basically loading it up on the boogie line at various different intervals. But yeah, amazing to see. I'm going to venture in here just a little bit longer, but I don't want to go too far in case I get lost. You wouldn't want that in the middle of here. Okay, I think I found what I'm looking for in terms of like a camp. Okay, so we have wood beams here. Okay, let me lift this one up. Okay. And as you see, all the way down the side of that, we have nails. Okay, now I can tell these nails aren't particularly modern. Now they're rounded heads, so that means they're not too old, but I can tell by basically the thickness and that it's not too smooth on the edges. Let's have a closer look. But that matches our time frame of probably early 1900s, you know, early to mid 1900s. And this is in a nice square shape in amongst these trees. So that indicates a little settlement of some description. And again, I'm seeing bits of timber with lots of holes. So they're constructing shelters, storage cabins, anything and everything in the woodland area just off the granite path. I wonder what miners have for lunch. Soup, pasties, whatever. But yeah, absolutely amazing. So let's walk back. Now that's a busy frog. Full of frog spawn. Nature's amazing. They're approaching another anchor point. So we're very much still on the line. And you can see by these holes where the lines were pinned in. So you would have had one here and one there. I think we can start to see the quarry up here. Okay, I found me a shoddy hut. Now, this shoddy hut would be basically it's the pieces of kind of the leftover granite, okay, after shaping, that was sized, shaped, and sent off to England or wherever else that wanted some nice stonework, okay. And fun fact, if someone was really protective of their work, of shaping their granite stone, they would sleep in here, rest that head on that granite, maybe all week, and not leave it till the weekend until they get to go home. But yeah, fun fact, shoddy huts. So people used to sit in here, okay, on a bench or on a stone, like so, and work their stones. Yeah, absolutely amazing. I can just see them here, sitting down, looking down at the line, waiting for their work to go off here. This was some serious labour intensive stone masonry here, but good to get a break, so I'm gonna use the shoddy hut to have a wee drink of water and then carry on the journey. Okay, so I'm in the middle of the quarry area and I saw this circle stone ring here, and I'm like, okay, they just planted stones. Absolutely not. Every stone here in the quarry has a story to tell, and I can see this was some kind of building. If I look closer here, you can see how expertly stacked and level some of them are. So that would have been an exterior wall, okay, on a building that would have been about 12 foot by 12 foot square. Yeah, amazing. What they did in there, I have no idea. I'm not going in the middle to find out because it doesn't look particularly safe. So they would have walked through here and lumbered out chipped away granite. Some of the finest granite in all of Ireland came from the Mourns. It was well known and amazing quality for dressed granite. So this is what all the fuss was about, and it was big business, you know, mid 18th to early 20th century, okay, and to a degree it's still good business today. But yeah, most old buildings are built, but yeah, there we go. Now I'm walking in what literally is a minefield, pardon the pun, and sorry war veterans, but minefield being a mining field for first class Mourne granite. You know, you can see the Mourne walls, and that's the back of yeah, that's on the way up to Slieve Donard up there. So they really hacked into the back of this mountain for some good granite. Absolutely amazing. We can see here that yeah, this is recent, relatively recent. So we've got a couple of little storage areas for stacking your granite. So let's do some work while we're here. Stack my granite in there. Okay, ready to be collected, and that would have been trailed all the way across here to the start of the boogie line, where we saw that kind of mine area. So it was like a little slip storage area. Not 100% sure if they were actually mining inside of that hole, but they were definitely, you know, hauling rocks from there and to there to get it down the boogie line. I want to venture in here and just see if there's any signs of anything left. Did history, did someone drop something out of their pocket? Find a metal detector would be amazing. I have one, but not with me, which is a shame. You know, people working in these quarries day in, day out. That's a definite hard job. You know, there's a huge stone over here. Imagine lumbering that. I don't think anyone lumbered that. find here. So I was looking for human activity. I think I've found some. So you're a miner, you're working in the quarry, and it's lunchtime. So where do you go? Well, if it's nice weather, you sit outside. But if it's not, you come into this building here. And what gives it away is, now that I'm inside, is this smoothed stone. So I can imagine it wasn't just for sitting on. It could have been for sitting on. It could have been sitting around and eating. The workers here would have used the resources that they had to hand, and that was a lot of stone, so a lot of granite. And this one is smoothed out and worked. You know, it could even potentially be a working stone. They could have laid granite on top of it and started working it. We have some good examples that may be the case, and that is these drill marks come into the stone here. I don't know if you can see that. So there is drill marks. No, I can't see it. Hang on. Yeah, there's drill marks there. So it could have been for working stone, could have been for sitting, having a lunch. Yeah, if stones could talk, but they can't. So, on the quest for an answer, I found a couple of artifacts. Not me. It's just me here. So, in amongst the rocks, I've found some china, some porcelain. Okay, looks dirty. And it looks burnt. So someone definitely had a little fire in here to keep warm. Could have been used for heating food up. And again, I have examples of burnt glass. So these could have been lanterns. Now this glass I'm looking at, it's not even at all underneath. It's thick. It's different sizes, so this glass is old. Okay, it was hand blown, and it would have been used probably as like an oil lamp or something like that for a lantern. So they would have been here working late, especially at winter. It gets dark early, so that's a good indication of where we were at and what people were doing up here. But yeah, historic finds. Shall I take them with me? I'm not a fan of taking history away from where it belongs. I've seen it. I have this documented, and whoever used that, my brother, I'm going to leave it here for you. I'm not taking it with me. So, done a little bit more digging and figured out what that piece of glass was. Wasn't from a lamp. Big clue. It was a glass bottle. Really old glass bottle. So it could have been medicine, could have been a good drink, whatever it was. There's a story to be told here, and again, other artifacts, really old. That's a hand forged nail. You can tell it's completely uneven. Yeah, it's hand forged, hand twisted. And again, we have another really old example of again, top of another nail. It's broken. We have here another bit of metal. Now, me thinking there was a few things like this, generally bigger, but that could have been used for hammering and detailing granite. So what they call it, dressing. So prime example here. Tempted to give that a go on a bit of granite and just see what we do. Old lead washer. Cool. Amazing. Now this is where most of the granite come from. Trust me, you're gonna love this. Look at this beautiful waterfall. And the sheer scale of this granite wall. Absolutely amazing. I might be tempted to climb up there, but sometimes it's just not worth it. We'll see how we go. Right, so walking around here, I finally found a piece of rail that was stuck down a ditch. So yeah, it looks like a piece of the rail. Well, I hope it is anyway, or it's just a big metal pole, but it's about the right size and shape. So it could be. If not, it's worth some money for scrap, but we'll leave it here. Wow. So making our way back through the Donard Woods, so this avoids the harbour again. I parked at the Donard car park. Good place to start if you're exploring the Mourns, and then a walk to the harbour. So this is kind of, this path should, fingers crossed, take me through the Donard Woods down to the Donard car park if I'm lucky. If not, I'll let you know. Just found something interesting on the path down, so like any sensible person, if you go off path, stick a stick on the ground, show the direction you should be going in case you get a little bit disorientated. But wow, whatever this is, it looks cool. Can't wait to show you. Look at this. What could it be? It's like a round house, water butt. Probably should be something carved on there. There's an entrance to the top, so it's a well. Must be a big well, but some serious stonework for a little well. That's pretty amazing. And again, if you come to the Mourns, take your fucking rubbish home, will ya? Disrespectful. Well, it's a good little spot to have my break on this wonderful rock here. Again, this rock is showing some history. Big metal bolt in there. So that was a definitive anchor point. So they could have been anchoring water from the well to different places whilst mining up here. It's a good experience, but I'm gonna sit down here and have my soup and a little bit of a rest break. So we followed the path all the way back from the granite mines, okay, into the Mourne Woods. We're now hearing the sound of the river in the Donard Woods, which is a brilliant sound because you're on the right track. Okay, so if you've done the Slieve Donard Summit before, this is the path down, okay? And if it's a good day, there's not too much water, this is amazing to go and have a look at So let's get down here. This can be absolutely lethal and slippy if the weather's not right, but this cuts right through the middle of the mountain, okay? You generally wouldn't walk through here, but I have gone across it and it's really cool. You just got to be careful of slippy surfaces. Yep, that's slippy and it's too slippy to walk over, okay? It's very mossy. So that's one for the summer, not for the back end of winter, but it's phenomenal to look at. Yeah, so that's cool. So we're going to follow this path all the way back down to my evac point, which is my vehicle. So that's me back at home. I completely forgot about the video in the car, just to summarize. But yeah, if you're looking for an amazing walk, do check out that Granite Trail in and around the Mourne. So start off at Newcastle Harbour. But for now, enjoy the video and we'll see you again soon. Bye.